Ever wonder why you willingly choose to get scared? The kind of fear that makes your stomach flip, your heart pound, and, your skin crawl? Today on the Deep Dive, we're plunging into the surprising science behind that primal reaction. And specifically, why horror, especially true horror, has such a magnetic grip on us. Our mission is to pull back the curtain on the deepest insights from our sources, giving you a lightning-fast understanding of why we're so drawn to what genuinely terrifies us.
Yeah, it's fascinating. You know, fear isn't just an emotion. It's practically a superpower we inherited. It's one of our oldest instincts, really. An evolutionary survival tool honed over millennia. That primal jolt you feel. It kicks off in a tiny, almond-shaped region of your brain called the amygdala. Think of it as your brain's super fast alarm system kind of constantly scanning for threats.
The amygdala, okay.
Right. And the moment it detects danger, real or just perceived, it unleashes the fight or flight response. Your heart races, pupils dilate, blood rushes to your muscles. Even digestion takes a backseat. It's automatic, primal, and incredibly effective at keeping you alive, even if it's just a shadow or, a loud noise.
So, okay, if fear is this ancient survival tool, what's truly bizarre is that we actively seek it out. How does that make sense? Because here we are consciously diving into horror, triggering those exact same fight or flight responses. Even while our prefrontal cortex, that logical, rational part of your brain, is shouting, hey, you're fine. This is just a story.
Exactly.
Like hopping on a roller coaster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your body is convinced you're plummeting to your doom, but your mind is absolutely loving the controlled thrill. We're essentially paying to feel that primal jolt, knowing deep down we're completely safe. What's going on there?
Yeah. Okay, so if we zoom in on what truly makes something terrifying, psychologists and, horror architects, they've really identified some potent ingredients. They tap directly into those primal fears. First up, and this is truly unsettling, is the unknown. Think about why a creak in a dark hallway is often far scarier than, seeing an actual monster.
Right, because you don't know what it is.
Precisely. It's because our brains are, quite brilliantly, designed to generate the worst possible scenario when they lack information. Darkness, fog, a masked figure, even profound silence. These are all tools that create uncertainty, forcing your mind to fill in the terrifying blanks. And what you conjure up is almost always more horrifying than anything they could actually show you.
Yeah, your imagination runs wild.
And tied closely to that is vulnerability. Horror absolutely preys on moments when someone is isolated, exposed, or completely helpless. Imagine a character alone in a remote cabin, miles from anyone, or even the familiar fear of walking home late at night. The more defenseless the situation feels, the more intensely you feel that character's dread, almost as if it's happening to you.
Absolutely, that sense of vulnerability is potent. But there's another layer too, isn't there? When something ordinary is twisted into something truly terrifying, I'm thinking about the violation of normalcy. This isn't just startling, it's deeply unsettling. It's when the familiar becomes grotesquely wrong.
Oh, definitely.
Like a child's voice echoing in empty woods.
Yeah.
Or a face with a smile that just isn't right. Or that peaceful, idyllic home suddenly revealing a horrifying secret. Our brains recoil because it defies everything we expect, everything that should be safe and familiar. It's that jarring realization that the world you thought you knew isn't quite what it seems.
Exactly. It hits us on a really fundamental level, and perhaps the most masterful weapon in the horror arsenal is anticipation. It's often not about the jump scare itself, it's about what doesn't happen yet.
The buildup.
The buildup. The agonizing silence before a scream. The slow, deliberate creak of a door that stretches time into an eternity. Your brain goes into hyperdrive, conjuring up countless scenarios, and often that excruciating wait is far more terrifying than the actual reveal. Which, really raises a fascinating question. If all these elements are designed to make us uncomfortable, to put our bodies on high alert, why on earth do we actively seek out these stories? And specifically, why are we so drawn to them when they're true?
That's the ultimate paradox, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're talking about true stories here, things that actually happened. They can be incredibly disturbing, upsetting even. So why are we drawn to them? Why do we want to hear these stories?
Well, there are truly compelling reasons for this attraction. One of the most insightful is something called emotional rehearsal. Imagine it as a sort of fire drill for the mind.
Okay, like practice.
Kind of. By safely exposing ourselves to fear and highly stressful situations in a controlled way, we're actually practicing how to deal with danger. It's a form of brain training, almost. Some studies even suggested that horror fans handle the stress and uncertainty of the pandemic a bit better because, in a way, they'd already rehearsed facing the unknown.
Interesting.
Then there's morbid curiosity. This is a profound, almost irresistible psychological drive we have to explore the forbidden, the taboo, the terrifying. True horror stories, because they're real, allow us to peek into the darkest corners of human nature, to try and comprehend its depth,
Yeah.
without ever having to step into that darkness ourselves.
Yeah, that desire to understand the darker parts of humanity without having to experience it firsthand, that really resonates. And for me, I've definitely felt this next one, social connection. You know how intensely personal a scary story can feel when you're alone? But when you share that experience, when you're discussing a true crime deep dive with friends, trading theories, or just saying, did you hear that part? It creates this unique kind of community. That shared, controlled experience of fear, and then the conversation around it, it actually binds us together. It's a weird kind of bonding maybe, but it's powerful.
It really is. Sharing the fear makes it manageable, even enjoyable sometimes.
And this brings us to the ultimate chilling truth.
Wow.
Why true stories haunt us the most. When a story is fiction, your clever prefrontal cortex neatly files it under entertainment. You know it's not real, so it's a contained experience.
Right, there's a safety switch.
Exactly. But when you hear about something that actually happened, a case from the news, a chilling firsthand account, or even forensic evidence, your brain shifts into an entirely different gear. It goes into full-blown alert mode, because in that moment, your brain isn't thinking entertainment. It's screaming, this happened, this could happen again, it could happen to you.
Yeah, the it could happen to you factor is huge.
Yeah.
That's why true horror doesn't just scare you. It lodges itself deep in your mind. It sinks its claws into your thoughts, making you double-check those locks before bed. Maybe rethink that shortcut down a dark street, or remember a particular name long, long after the story ends.
So we circle back to this incredible paradox of fear. It's inherently unpleasant, right? Yet undeniably addictive. Distressing, yet utterly captivating. And when these stories are real, drawn from police reports, survivor testimony, the chilling details of unsolved cases, they serve as a stark, visceral reminder that the line between safety and terror is indeed far thinner than we often care to imagine.
So I have to ask you, the listener, what makes your own spine tingle? What really gets under your skin? Maybe embracing these primal reactions in a safe, controlled environment isn't just about entertainment or even morbid curiosity. Perhaps it's a deeper exploration, a way of understanding the very intricate wiring of our minds and the complex, unpredictable world it navigates every single day. Ultimately, when it comes to fear and our strange fascination with it, perhaps our brains were, after all, built for this.
Please subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to create even more great content for you. Thank you so much.